Morning, everyone, and thank you very much for joining me. This is the morning market review. It is Thursday, it's the 8th of December. My name is Russell Shaw, I'm a senior market specialist at FXCM, and my email address is rshaw@fxcm.com. Just going to bring up our risk investment warning. I'll keep this on screen for a few moments. Just want to double check. Can you guys hear me and see the screen okay? Just let me know. And here's the market commentaries disclaimer. All right. I'm assuming that you guys can hear me and see the screen. Here's our references. Okay, and I've got two screens in front of me, so I'll just be jumping between. Let's go through the Forex factory. Nothing really in red here. You can see the unemployment claims. We've got President Lagarde speaking a little later. This is at the Systemic Conference, European. So that's just something to keep note of. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Just want to double check. Can you guys hear me? Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. Cool. I've got Mia's just saying she can't hear. Okay. I just want to bring up a trading view, and just go back to the 10th of November. So this is this black vertical line here. Okay, there is a downtrend here. That's the real rate. There's a downtrend here. That's the US dollar. And there's a uptrend, and that's NASDAQ. So again, just pointing out that the dollar has a positive relationship with the real rate. So as the real rate moves, the dollar tends to move in a similar direction. And the NASDAQ has an inverse relationship. As the real rate comes down, so the NASDAQ kicks up. Okay, so the idea here is what's going on with the real rate. Okay, so if we can kind of get an idea of what's going on with the real rate, perhaps that gives us an inkling of which way the dollar is going and which way the NASDAQ is going. Yesterday's price action on the real rate was very strange indeed. Okay, it's this candlestick here. Just take a look at the candlestick. It's a big long candlestick. So this is actually what we call an outside day. They're very rare candles. The range is completely outside of the range within the day before. It gapped up, but it actually ended down for the period. Isn't that a strange candle? Can you guys see what I'm saying here? Can you guys see what I see? It gaps up, and then it actually ends down. It's called an outside period. It's a very strong, volatile day in terms of interest rates. And the idea, yeah, can you hear me now? Just want to double check. Can you hear me now? So you can see. Okay, cool. All right. So this is the big outside day. There is a dollar. There's a bear candle for the dollar. Strange. NASDAQ was so bearish yesterday, but with this big outside candle that's showing some sort of negativity, some sort of bearishness, perhaps that suggests dollar weakness, perhaps, and perhaps it suggests NASDAQ strength, perhaps. And I want to look at this again in terms of our day trading template. And we're going to come to the DAX in a moment. Let's just take a look at US dollar. If it would just download. Here we go. Okay. So we start off with the daily. Now we do have the filter to the downside. It's something that we suggested might happen yesterday, but it looks like it's taken an extra 24 hours just to get that hook. See, there's a hook down here. Let's go through to the hourly, and what we want to do is we want to just give the dollar a little bit of room to breathe. Does it go into zone 3? Because that's a prerequisite, and its momentum is below 50. Okay, so now we go through to our 5-minute chart, and you can see that the 5-minute chart is in zone 3, but the main sort of signals would be either to have the stochastic under 30, or some sort of pullback through the RSI. We do have an extensive course on this, so if anybody's lost with the day trading, just email me and I'll send you the links. We did an extensive course there. What I would suggest is we need a little bit of room here. We've got 10 minutes left for this candle. Does it actually complete in zone 3? That will make a big difference. Let's go through to NASDAQ. Okay, go through to the daily. Now again, what we suggested yesterday is are we going to get any uptick here? It's taken again that full 24 hours. It looks like we're getting that uptick. We go through now to the hourly, and it looks fairly productive here, or I beg your pardon, fairly constructive. The idea is we're in zone 1. So now that we're in zone 1, we've just got to wait 9 minutes to see if we close in zone 1. All right, and then it has synchronized with the daily chart. And if that's the case, well, we've got a very, again, another constructive looking chart here on the 5-minute. Problem is, it's run hard already. So what we would have to do is we'd have to wait for the pullback. Okay, so the pullback needs to come through to the 30 area, and potentially we can get in on a nice swing here. I want to just reiterate, it's very much based on this outside candle that happened yesterday. This is a very rare candle. There's not many outside, can't see any outside periods. Can you see an outside period? The range completely outside of the period previous to it. This long candle, that's not an outside period. This long candle, that's not an outside period. Outside periods are completely outside of the previous day's range. This is a very strange candle, very, very strange candle, and it's a big red candle. Okay, you can see that there's some red with the dollar here, some blue with the NASDAQ. So very interesting start to this day, and we want to see if we can get the momentum build here. Okay, let's take a look at DAX. Okay, again, let's start from the, take a look. What we suggested we probably need some sort of kick. Well, that kick is now sort of starting to materialize. You see the hinge, the hook up. Okay, go through to the hourly. Okay. Now it's a little bit, unclear at the moment. We've got 7 minutes. The question is, do we close in zone 1? See, that's going to make the difference. Now, if we don't close in zone 1, I think that's okay, because we probably want to wait the first full hour anyways for the DAX, from the DAX open. So the cash opens in 7 minutes. It's actually in about 6 minutes. We get the full hour. We'll see if we've closed up in zone 1. If we do, then we get a nice synchronization with this hook up. We can go down to the daily chart, and again, it's been running quite nicely since 8:15 my time, which is about an hour and let's call it an hour 35. The idea here is, okay, we've missed the momentum, but that's okay because we didn't quite have the clarity here. So we'd have to wait for some sort of pullback signal. Again, we want to be very clear whether we land up in zone 1 or not. Okay, so there's an extra layer. There's an extra layer of filtration there. We want to filter exactly whether we can go in or not. So now let's just confirm what it is that we've looked at. Okay, we've looked at real rate. Okay, we've looked at dollar, we've looked at NASDAQ, and we've looked at DAX. And it's all really coming from the real sort of first link in this analysis is with this weird outside period. Okay, let me just show you guys what I mean by an outside period. I'm bringing up Microsoft Paint. Okay, so we've got like a little candle. Okay, and then what we do is we've got this candle like this. Okay, where it kind of gaps up and closes below. This is the outside period. The range is completely outside of the range from the day before. Go back to this guy. Here's that outside period. Very rare candle. It's much, right now, what we've got here is an inside candle. So we've got outside candle, again, very strange price action. It gaps up, just to repeat what I've been saying. It closes down, and now the market is a little sort of nervous, a little uncertain, and now we're inside the range. So it's got from outside period into inside period. I would not be surprised to see this turning into a red candle heading down, and if it does, I think dollar has pressure. I think let's talk about it in terms of the dollar has a headwind, NASDAQ has a potential tailwind. We potentially have DAX with a tailwind as well. And just to reiterate, because I'm going to look at Euro next, okay, just to reiterate, all right, be patient here, okay, it's got to get into zone 1. It's got to get into zone 1 before we can do much with this. And we've got now 3 minutes, under 3 minutes. It doesn't look like we're going to close in zone 1. That's okay, because I suspect we would want to wait for the full hour to complete anyways. Okay, so just keep an eye on this. Just take a look at Euro, and if there's any other instruments, just pop that in. Euro was the last thing I have on my list, so let me just bring that up. Okay, let's go through. Okay. Hook. See, here's the hook or the hinge, whatever you want to call it. We're kind of moving in this direction. All right. That makes sense if the real rate continues on the sort of trajectory that is being hinted at by that outside day. Okay. Then we go through to the hourly chart. Well, look at the hourly chart. This is looking quite strong, isn't it? It's moving into zone 1. Take a look here, Anna. See, there's a squeeze on. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so we just want to see if that squeeze here is going to be significant or not. Take a look at the Take a look at the stochastic, it's comfortably above 50. So euro looking really interesting as well. We've got now less than 2 minutes. We'll get a closed candle, so we'll just wait a few minutes to see where it closes. Go through to the 5 minute and take a look here. Okay, we've got 59 seconds here. Okay, take a look here. It looks like it's pulled back into that oversold area, and now we can start looking for those reference candles. Okay, we can start looking to see if we get those reference candles. Okay, another 43 seconds. Let's just go back to DAX just to see how DAX is closing. Okay, so it doesn't look like DAX is going to make it into this. It doesn't look like it's going to make it into the zone. Let me get another arrow here. Let's take a look at dollar. Okay, dollar also struggling. Okay, just to get into that zone 3. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. Okay, all right, so we've now got NASDAQ has closed nicely in zone 1. So let's just take a look at NASDAQ. Hinge or hook nicely into zone 1. Take a look at this Bollinger here, starting to show signs of expansion, right? Go through to the NASDAQ, and we've got a nice pullback here. Okay, got a nice pullback here. We can start looking for reference candles. Let's just take a look at the euro, and we'll just end off with the euro. Okay. All right. That's interesting. Okay, euro under pressure initially, so we just want to monitor the slope here. So we'll have to give the full benefit of we'll have to give the full hour benefit to us before we can really take a look. It has closed in zone 1. Okay, and now we can have a potential pullback scenario here. Okay. So you can see as the cash market opened, euro getting hammered, but I think this could be a lot of algos that have kicked in. So again, the benefit of that first hour, I think, is gold. All right, let's just go take one more look at DAX, just on the open. Okay, now you can see the algos pushed price down, and now the supports come in. Okay, I think that in closing, just remember we've got this very odd, very rare candle here. Okay, we've got, I think, some pressure on the greenback to start, and I think we've got some support coming through on the risk side. Give ourselves an hour just to get the market to breathe. Let's see if we have the opportunities to take advantage of a risk on. Don't jump ahead, don't jump the gun. I'm not sure if we risk on, risk off just yet. I feel that we got a slight hint, a slight bias towards risk on. We need the next hour just to consolidate whether that's correct or not. All right. Any questions? Please go ahead and type those in. All right, good. Let us conclude at this point. I want to wish you guys a good day, a good evening ahead, and we shall chat tomorrow. A new word and I learned it's jammy. Everything's jammy. Okay, I like that. All right, guys, we'll catch up tomorrow morning. Have a good one. Cheers.